So welcome back here. 1 minute to go before this next matchup between the Florida Atlantic Owls and the Temple Owls. So this game should be pretty interesting. Florida Atlantic, strong players on that squad and playing in the NCPA for a while. And Temple Owls, we've seen some good games out of them over the years. But it's tough, man. There's so many points these guys have to play. And it looks like getting a late start here. Can he make it in? Temple barely able to get a guy out, giving us a little drama right away. It looks like he makes it out there just in time, so he's going to be a little winded, and he has to try to run to the snake. He's able to make it in clean, and probably going to take a big, deep breath once he gets to his spot.
Travis Madrid shoots from the back center, runs all the way out to the snake side corner as bodies start filling across to the snake side for FAU. FAU first one to make it to the 50 snake.
Yeah, but then
Temple on in there with him.
Temple just gets in there right after, and Temple plays the aggressor, and then trying to load his gun, not able to get a shot in on Temple's player in there.
And immediately Temple goes to work across the field on that Dorito side can. Not much room to hide over there if anybody's alive for Temple on the Dorito side, and is not able to do so. Temple shoots the body off that Dorito side for FAU. Two bodies over here on the snake side still, but here comes number 27 charging down the field for Temple. Sean Casey. I'm sorry, make that Francis Isgro. But coming down the inside on the highway. Oh, and Isgro gets chopped up and then over, gets airborne across the snake.
Isgro, I think, got about 5 shots on the left-hand portion of his goggles side. He couldn't see out of that. The whole side of his face was painted.
Nice aerial attack right there by Chris Nataske. And he tries to close the game out, but is unable to get that last body in the corner for Temple. Travis Madrid now in the 50 snake for FAU. He's got some help over there on the Dorito side.
And we've seen Travis Madrid have some games over the years here in the NCPA, so can't wait to see what he has to bring to the tournament here this weekend. He's currently in the 50-yard line snake, and on your screen right now, it's number 8 for the Owls.
Yeah, Travis Madrid, you know, the first year we saw him a couple years ago, you know, really played stellar, was pulling all sorts of moves out for his team, helping win games. Last year was just that guy that was just the last one to die at the end. Didn't have, you know, FAU really didn't play all that well last year, trying to get some redemption this year, coming out strong right away and able to win that first 2-on-1. FAU looking strong that first point, communicating very well. Body language looking right. And Travis Madrid gonna go run and hang that flag.
Yeah, so for Temple, it was Brendan Billman, last player left alive with back corner bunker. And you could see this awesome run through here down the highway. And he's able to trade out. Let's look at it from the opposite end. Going back and forth, trying to switch his hands, and finally gets run down. And then we watch Travis Madrid. Travis Madrid, such a clutch player for Florida Atlantic, able to finish that point off. So we expect big things out of him this weekend. And then you look out that digging wide on the break. That was Madrid trying to get out here. Back bunker on the snake side of the field. Nice graceful dive. So let's see if Travis Madrid and the rest of the Florida Atlantic University Owls can maintain their lead. Score is now 1-0 in this game against the Temple University Owls. 7 minutes and 35 seconds. So that was a relatively long point, Todd.
Yeah.
Anytime you're getting over a 2-minute point out here is it's a little above average on this quick, aggressive layout.
Yeah, but I mean, I really like the way that both teams came out there. We saw the collision over here at the 50. Temple got the better part of that, but didn't take advantage of it as their player tried to come. He came across, should have played it probably from the 50, tried to come across onto FAU's side of the field, and then streaking down along the inside, FAU makes that move and is able to regain the advantage. So FAU with a 1-point lead, bring in, looks like Madrid's coming back out, Nataske.
Dan Pando, which is interesting because it now says that Dan Pando on the Florida Atlantic University Owls, a star in the NCPA, was playing for Ohio University, used to be a Dave Pando. I don't think they're related, but their parents are really close to their name. Yeah, so FAU, man, they got a lot of good players on that team. Quite a buzz about them coming into this event, so we expect big things out of them. Madrid digs out to the back corner bunker and looks like he's able to get in there clean, immediately guns up and tries to stop the push from Temple. Temple looks like they lose their first attacker over here on the snake side, but they get up 2 players, Todd, all the way up to the 50-yard line in the direct center of the field.
Yeah, if FAU tries to go anywhere right now, they're going to get chopped up. Temple needs to be smart and take advantage of their field position.
Oh, they got one through. No, he did get shot finally. I thought he was able to get through the lane, but he did get shot. And now, though, Temple, they're going to have to be careful. I was going to say, man, you can't get shot and just stay in your bunker like that and continue to play. So they lose both players from a major penalty in that center A. So what looked like really good field position for them to start this point out ends up being disaster as they draw a major penalty. So they got a player heading to the box, and here comes FAU.
Yeah, FAU again. Here comes Travis Madrid on the attack. Comes up and guys into the 50 snake again, dealing with the same situation. Yeah, they're in the 50 snake, looking at the same body for Temple. Brendan Bielman in that snake side corner. Bielman again. This is the exact same situation that we just saw.
Yeah.
Bielman in the corner, Madrid. Actually, there's 3 bodies this time for FAU, and Bielman unable to get any kills again. So Pando, Madrid, and can't see exactly who's over there, the last body for FAU, but closing out a 3-on-1. I think that might be Nicholas Ramsey. Yeah, Ramsey. It was Ramsey in Madrid last game as well. So, yeah, Ramsey, another player. Check out this replay. Here's that Temple player in the A. He gets shot. Tucks in. He's trying to load, having some loading issues.
He got shot in his lower part of his leg right there. And then the referee had run over trying to call him out while he was running over and wasn't able to get him out in time, so that guy draws a penalty there. And then you're looking at the last player left alive. Again, same guy left alive for Temple. Bielman, back corner bunker, couldn't stay alive against the 3 players pushing on him from the FAU Owls. So it looks like, Todd, the Owls also got a major penalty at some point in that point.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's the referee.
Yeah, that was the referee. So, well, 6 minutes and 10 seconds. Long points for these 2 teams that have been playing here. And, but, you know.
And sending out the same old crew. Yeah, we saw this from FAU last year, too. Yeah, they like to play the same guys. They get their 5, you know, their main guys, and they run them until they get tired. You know, looking at the score right now,
He's getting into that
2-0
if you put a lane right before that, you could get him.
in favor of FAU. Coming onto the field 13 seconds before the start of the next point. And Temple going to start with their 4 bodies. Going to split out 2 to each side. Oh, no, they're going up the middle again. So Temple going heavy up the middle, trying to get a kill on the break. Nope, nothing. FAU makes it out to the snake. Gets Madrid again, gets out to that snake side corner. And FAU all the way up to the 50 snake again. So FAU in control of the 50. Bielman again for Temple in that snake side corner, and somebody gets a shot in. Oh, looks like they might have traded out.
See how frustrated the coach was, and for FAU, he tells this guy, look, the guy's got the drop on you, don't come up, and then his player comes right up into that lane. But that player also got shot. So right now, no one in this snake for either team. Though it looks like FAU little better field position over here on the snake side as they have 2 bodies towards this way.
And Temple, Temple player in that Dorito side tower getting shot in the side of the head. That was probably from Madrid over here in the snake side corner. And Bielman dying out of that snake side corner. FAU just putting the pressure on right now.
Oh, and FAU kind of goes to sleep a little bit on that player, at least the number 2, Pando. did not remember that they still had his opponents had a body in the box. So he gets shot when that player comes out. But FAU, just too many bodies alive, and they were able to get that shot on the penalty player as he tried to make his way out alive, wasn't able to do it. Let's check out this replay here. And you can see, you know, so he's in the snake, and his coach had just told him that that guy was right there, and then he just comes right up into his lane. So you got to listen to your coach. If your coach is 3 feet from you, you got to take the information that he's given to you and work with it.
Yeah, that's Bielman right there, feeling the pressure. Too many bodies coming down the Dorito side of the field for FAU. Bielman just 3 points in a row, stuck in that snake side corner. All of his teammates die around him.
So 3-0 is the score in favor of Florida Atlantic. 4 minutes and 31 seconds to go. We'll be right back after this.
Lakeland, Florida at the National Collegiate Paintball Championships. FAU up 3-0 quickly over Temple in the Temple pit just now. They're trying not to get frazzled, starting to get a little frustrated. Their coach just said, hey, everybody, focus here. And they're trying to keep the pace slow and steady and smooth, and that's what they're working on, guys.
Hey, when you're up 3-0 and you're doing everything right and you're beating them, but you're not beating them by a ton, yes, definitely slow and steady wins the race. Now, this is not a slow and steady field. This is definitely a fast and aggressive field, but you can still play a controlled, aggressive game, and that's exactly what FAU is doing right now, controlled aggression. They're beating the other team to the punch. They're making those smart, concise moves, and they look really solid doing it. 3-0 is the score. So can Temple put a point on the board here? We're seeing these longer controlled points. So now FAU trying to get out on the snake side. Looks like they have all 5 bodies left alive. Oh, but a major penalty on Pando in the back corner bunker on the D side of the field. So that's going to take another buddy with him. So now there's just 3 players. This is the opportunity that Temple needed right now as a major penalty was thrown on Dan Pando for Florida Atlantic University. Yeah. Can Temple capitalize on it, though, Todd? Looks like they're starting to do it right now.
Yeah, Temple in the 50 snake, making moves up the Dorito side of the field as well. Both Madrid and looks like Vogel battling out of the snake side. And another penalty. Looks like Vogel got in. Is that Vogel? Yeah, Vogel gets in and gets a major penalty.
And they're going to race each other to the box. I don't think Vogel realizes, hey, man, you got to sprint in.
Yeah, so now Vogel's going to have to serve a full 2 minutes on top of what's left on that first major penalty. So FAU comes out here, guns blazing, takes a 3-point lead, and then gets 2 majors in the 4th point. Devastating for them right now.
Yeah, that's the worst possible situation that could have happened other than some sort of injury for FAU right now. They were doing exactly what they needed to do. They were playing smart paintball, and then the complete opposite of smart paintball just happened. 2 major penalties in the same point, which means that for about 1:15 on on Pando's penalty in a full 2 minutes, because Vogel was not able to get into the box on time. So FAU is going to start down 2 bodies. It will start with 3 bodies for this next point. And this is the chance that Temple was waiting for. Now the score is 3-1. We got ourselves a 2-point game. And on that 2-person power play, this is when Temple could really start running that the point spread, or getting close to tying this up, because those major penalties, they stay on the clock no matter what. Doesn't matter if you win or lose the point. So, you know, let's see if FAU can dig deep here and try to get those penalties off the board, get back to full strength. Got about 49 seconds to start before the start of this next point. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in this first half as Temple starts taking the field. So yeah, that was just disaster, man. You know, it's so unfortunate. If I was Temple's coach, I'd be happy. But if I was FAU's coach, I'd be like, guys, come on, man. You don't pump the brakes right now. You know, there's no reason to go to sleep on that body knowledge. If you take a hit, you know, hey, man, check it. Get a referee in there to check you out. You know, no matter what, if we're going to get a penalty, let's not get 2 in the same point.
Yeah, and you know where we've seen him a lot is going out to that Dorito side corner. That Dorito side corner, in my opinion, is a death trap. you can shoot that guy standing in the flag station. So basically, the guy running all the way out to that corner has about 2 or 3 different lanes to get shot through for anybody on going out the drill side. Running up to the tower, going out to the little pin, even going out to that can. You have enough time to put a solid stream if you recognize that a body's running out to that drill side corner and get a shot on him. But, I mean, if you're running out there, you feel something, you got to call a check.
Absolutely, man. It looks like FAU smartly has called a timeout here. So we still have 1 minute and 36 seconds to go before the start of this next point here. 2 points separate these teams. And FAU can see in their pits, they're talking it over right now, like, what just happened that last point? Did we really get 2 major penalties? But this is when you got to stay composed, no matter what. You know, regardless of what happens out there, you always have to stay composed. You can get intense and you can get emotional, but you can't let that emotional, your capacity head towards negativity. Regardless, the score 3-1. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go. We'll be right back after this. So close game all of a sudden here, as it looks like FAU, or looked like FAU was going to start running away with it, because Temple, not playing bad, but they just weren't playing anywhere near what FAU was doing. But this is their chance, Todd. This is their chance to get back in this match.
Yeah, and you know, with 3:40 left here to go, probably going to be playing a decent amount over here, you know, 5-on-3. 5-on-3 as the Temple coach is yelling at his team to come back over to the pits. I think there might be a referee's timeout as the coaches and the referees are gathered over here trying to sort something out.
Yeah, maybe we can get Amy doing a little recon for us over there and see what's going on. All of a sudden, the tables have turned and things have got a little interesting.
I don't know if you can see the coach down here for Temple.
Very stylish.
Very suave individual.
Yeah, very stylish and very intense.
Very patriotic.
Screaming at his guys, though.
Yeah. My buddy Keith DeVitt has that same outfit.
Yeah, so it looks like, you know, so that was the Temple coach, and he was talking to, you know, yelling at his guys to get back in the pits, and then he's now listening to a referee conversation. But, you know, the people that had the atom bomb blow up on him as far as penalties and issues, it wasn't Temple, it was FAU. So kind of wondering what's going around in here. Well, looks like we have our scout, Amy Campbell, down in the pits. Amy, what is going on down there?
That's right, guys. They are currently trying to figure out if 3 penalties can be assessed at one time. That would leave FAU with 2 players to start this next point. That's what they're working on, or does it have to be 3?
Wow, well,
I mean, you can get 3 penalties, but I only saw 2 penalties called.
Yeah, you can have 3 penalties.
You can play with 2 bodies, you can't play with 1 body. But I only saw 2 penalties get thrown.
Yeah, I only saw 2 penalties get thrown too. So the dapper coach for Temple is trying to figure it out down there and trying to work his Jedi magic over there.
I'm surprised he didn't get a penalty for those suspenders.
I thought he was going to get extra point for the suspenders.
No, you get extra points for the bow tie.
Yeah, definitely get extra points for the bow tie.
Yeah, but those shorts have elastic.
Guys, about this wardrobe, he told me he likes to stand out. Obviously, the guy likes attention, but he told me we can look forward to seeing many different outfits from him over the weekend. So it's going to be a little bit of a mystery to see what he's coming out with tomorrow.
Well, Halloween is coming up.
Yeah, and what will he be wearing tomorrow is the question. I don't know. Will it be a pink gorilla suit? Some armor? Who knows?
Like a spaceman?
Yeah, spaceman outfit. I have absolutely no idea. I thought maybe he lost a bet or something.
Oh. I thought he was just trying to keep it fresh. I mean, I don't know if you can see his loafers or not, but that's a Folex he's got on his wrist.
Well, it looks like things are, you know, at least getting sorted out. Well, FAU's been ready to go. FAU is sitting in the box like, okay, we understand. We blew it that last point. We got 2 guys in the box. This sucks. We're going to try to get it back. It's Temple that's, you know, still talking about things over here, and the referees are having a conference. So the referee's having a conference over there. Amy is very diligently ear to the net, trying to figure out what is going on.
They know, I'll know.
So they are awaiting the decision from the ref gods. So, you know, also remember, we got a couple more games coming at you this afternoon. Cal State Long Beach 49ers, they won the title 2 years ago. They were in the final last year. They lost it, though, to FGCU, who's not even here. They actually got a suspension. FGCU had some ineligible players playing at early NCPA events, so they got a mighty suspension. They can't even come to this one. And they're playing against the UConn Huskies, so that could be a really good matchup against two powerhouse teams. Though Cal State Long Beach, they are missing a couple of the stars that had really helped them prevail the past couple seasons. They don't have Chris Tregarth in here, who miraculously enough, during their NCPA title, he actually played the final game with a broken hand, as he broke 2 fingers or 2 bones in his hand. Still played and played great. They don't have him. They don't have any of the Bornstein brothers.
Corey Bornstein.
Yeah, Corey Bornstein.
Past couple years played really well for them.
Yeah, Corey Bornstein just actually now playing on Los Angeles Infamous, who won the last event in Dallas. And so they are definitely the favorites heading into the next PSP event, which is going to be taking place May 2nd through the 4th, also on Paintball Access. And so here we go. I think we might be getting things set for this next point. The score still, though, 3-1. Well, let's check in with Amy. Amy, any more details for us on this chaoticness?
Oh, yes, they've made a decision. They said they need to play with 3 bodies. It was 2 major penalties and a minor penalty. So they're taking off the minor penalty, and the point goes to the other team.
Ready?
All right, so that's it. 2 penalties will be on the clock for FAU. They will be playing with 3 bodies at full strength as Temple. So this is Temple's opportunity. 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this first half. They're only down by 2 right now, and they're up 2 bodies. So, you know, that's a lot of firepower that's down off the break, and it's tough because when you only have 3 bodies, it looks like they're going to send Madrid out wide for FAU. No, so Madrid diving into the bunker right behind the stake, and he is able to make it out alive. It looks like all 3 players alive for FAU, so that's best case scenario for them. And it looks like they are looking at 4 bodies for Temple. So Temple losing a body. So now only 1 body separates these 2 teams. Much better field position, though, for Temple as they have the 50-yard line snake. And he is, and he gets a shot cross field. What an awesome shot by number 16 for Temple. Francis Isgro gets an awesome kill, and then another body drops right away for FAU, Todd. And it's just Travis Madrid who had been putting it on the last players, and now Travis Madrid gets it put on him.
Travis Madrid could have got a major penalty right there. He got shot in the loader the first time he came up over the top. Isgro doing a good job of putting his first ball right on Madrid and then continuing to move forward and taking him out. So Temple right there, you know, really taking advantage of these 2 majors that FAU got, you know, with just under 3 minutes now left to go. So after going up 3-0, check out this replay.
So yeah, so basically you're looking at the awesome shot cross field, the bottom left-hand portion of your screen. That was an FAU player who was stuck in that bunker trying to hide from Isgro's gun, but Isgro just mainline one right into his shoulder, and that was the key kill. That was the block holding up FAU, and after that it was curtains for him on that point. So now we got a 1-point game here. 2 minutes and 48 seconds to go in this first half.
Yeah, I mean, Vogel.
Yeah, we'll get to that thought on Vogel, Todd, here right after this commercial message. Do not go anywhere. So can Temple tie it up here. Only 1 point separates these 2 teams, with the score being 3-2 with 2 minutes and 48 seconds to go. And not back at full strength is FAU. They still are going to have a body in the box. And you see 4 players running out for them. So can Travis Madrid and the rest of his boys? No, actually they still have just 3 bodies left. So, you know, still those major penalties really hurting them right here. Can Temple capitalize on it though and shoot someone off the break? Yes, they shot Travis Madrid off the break. That is not good for FAU. 2 players left alive for them in the pocket. That's the center of the field, and they're stuck in those gray back bunkers, gunfighting for their lives. Not able to get any kills on Temple. Temple takes a good field position here. 50-yard line snake. That is number 16, Francis Isgro again, who had that awesome shot in the last point, and here comes the bodies being peeled off for FAU, and it's not looking good for them right now, Todd. They still have those bodies in the penalty box, and Temple is gonna sprint that flag in, and Isgro, as the player comes out of the box for FAU, he dives, shooting on the dive as he hangs that flag. God, I hope we have a replay of that, and might have knocked himself unconscious.
You know, it looked like Pando came out of the box right when he went to go hang the flag, but Pando also shot from out of bounds.
Well, let's check it out here, Todd. There goes Isgro, diving, raises his gun up one-handed, shoots him, and then dives in to hang that flag. So, I don't know, do you think Pando got a shot in on him before the dive?
I think Pando got a shot on him, but Pando didn't come into bounds before he shot him.
Yeah, you have to actually come in bounds before you're allowed to shoot. So you have to take a full step forward and get in bounds, because the penalty box is right on that back boundary. So you have to make that forward progression as you start to shoot. So not sure if Pando was able to do that. And they are going to give the point to Temple. So we have ourselves a tie game. Let's look at this again. Does Pando get out of the box and forward past the line? No, he raised his gun up. Yeah, so he wasn't able, see now, just now he's getting into the field. So yeah, he wasn't able to get forward enough and get that shot in on Isgro before Isgro had that awesome dive in. So what an awesome move by Isgro, man, to tie this game up at 3 apiece with 2 minutes and 5 seconds to go.
Yeah, so the referee said that when Pando came out, the 2 balls he shot at Isgro both bounced as he hung the flag.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow, so that was a little bit of bad karma for Pando there after getting that major penalty. And so it doesn't matter, man. We got ourselves a tied game. It's 3-3 right now. You're looking at FAU on your screen. They still have 1 body left in that box to get out on those major penalties that really has been the thorn in their side all of a sudden. 2 minutes and 5 seconds remain here in this first half. But all of a sudden, we got ourselves one of the most exciting games we've seen so far today.
Yeah, this one's been great. 3-3 now, all tied up. And here comes Temple playing 5-on-4. Oh, and their Pando gets shot.
That's going to be another penalty.
That should be a penalty. Pando gets shot. Yep. There goes the flag in the air. And I guess, you know, it's kind of poetic justice for Pando, you know, for not getting a minor in that last point from shooting from out of bounds. So,
and that happened right in front of Temple's pits, Todd, and Temple just exploded with some cheers as soon as they saw Pando get another major penalty. So then now, coming out of the box, FAU tries to get 1 guy out, but at that point, everyone is dead. It didn't matter. He got torched. And so another point is going to go to Temple. And now, all of a sudden, after starting off slow and getting beat up by FAU, not too bad. They kept it close, though, and that is what matters, because now, all of a sudden, on the strength of 3 major penalties, all of a sudden, at 1 minute and 25 seconds to go here in this first half, it's going to be 4-3 in favor of Temple. Wow, what a dramatic turn of events, man.
Yeah, I mean, penalties will kill you. I don't know if we've said that before.
Yeah,
but
we've definitely said it today for sure.
Oh, yeah, we said it once today.
Yeah, we must have. With the penalty-filled morning we had, my God, I think we set a record for major penalties this morning, particularly in that Florida State Seminoles Akron Zips game.
Yeah, that was rough. So, FAU, they came to ball out. What FAU can't do here, you know, check out this replay real quick. Yeah, here we have the Temple player getting shot in the chest, walking off. Not that exciting, but, you know.
Well, that's the proper way to get shot and walk off. Not like Pando over here who gets shot blazing out to the corner.
Continue to shoot his gun.
He must have not felt that one, though, man. Pando really must have not felt that one. And then you're watching here the last guy about to come out of the box and get torched after that rundown. Oh, no, that was that rundown on the D side of the field to finish off the point.
What can't happen
here? There was the guy coming out of the box. So
for FAU, they went up 3. they got some penalties. That's why they lost all these points. But what they can't do is get out of the box and let that keep them down. They need to work these penalties, get a game plan, end this half, get their guys out of their box, and say, hey, first half is over. Yeah. You know, let's start fresh. You know, come out attacking the way that they attacked at the very beginning of this game. They've been
begging for the. I mean, they thought they thought the coast was clear until Pando got that other penalty, and so now they're just stuck playing down a body again. So with 1 minute and 25 seconds left to go, can Temple put another point on the board to pull 2 away? And here we go. Now 4 bodies alive for FAU. Big move up the center. FAU loses a body, but so does Temple. And it looks like Temple loses 2 bodies. So we might see this point go to time as both of these teams have 3 players left alive. Here comes Travis Madrid. Travis Madrid pushing up to the red zone, the 50-yard line, and he is going to now have some shots. No one knows he's there. Travis Madrid chalks up 1 kill. He's still a player for Temple in that center 50, and Madrid's coach needs to tell him that he's there. Madrid's coach now did tell him that he's there, so he's going to smartly work his way. Boom, did he get a shot? No, Temple's player was able to dodge it, so Madrid changes position. Temple's player still has been able to avoid getting shot in that center, and here comes the hammer about to get dropped on the center 50.
Oh, and there he comes through. Temple player gets shot, still in the backfield, hasn't gotten shot yet. And gets shot, does not trade out, but Madrid is able to shoot him in the leg. So FAU, 22 seconds left. Madrid is going to walk that flag in.
And just trying to get his buddy out of the box, too. Pando's still in that box, but smart. They concede the point. Temple concedes the point. So 21 seconds to go here, and we got ourselves a tie game. Awesome job by Travis Madrid from FAU, who was able to really work it in the snake. He listened to his coach. He's smart. He realized that a couple bodies had dropped in front of him. He wasn't looking at any opposition over here on the snake side, and was able to finally get a shot here on number 5. Or actually, I'm sorry, he was able to push number 5 over, and then bam, other player from FAU just drops the hammer on him and tears his back to bits. So all of a sudden, tie game again. FAU fighting for it.
Yep. Bunch of penalties, evening it up. Basically this first half is going to be a wash, unless one of these teams can come out here and put a 21.5-second point together. But, the way that these 2 teams have been playing, I don't know if they're going to attack in that fashion or just be content to, let it go to halftime. But Temple coming out on the field again right now.
Well, Todd, I think it's going to come down to the break. How quick a point goes down always comes down to the break and how many bodies drop off the break. Because if you can shoot 2 bodies off the break, keep your 5 guys alive, and make some quick, aggressive, dynamic moves, yeah, you can score a quick point, particularly on this field layout. 21-second point, yeah, absolutely. That can definitely happen on this field layout. We saw him a ton of Dallas, and we could see it here. But it's going to come down to how many bodies drop off the break.
Yeah, and you know as well as I do, sometimes you want to put your guys in position to get those kills on the break. But it's also, it's a
double-edged sword.
Double-edged sword. You don't want to put your guys at risk where you can lose 2 bodies on the break and have guys running at you, catch a penalty, and have disaster happen.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and anytime you see those big aggressive plays, you got to watch for those penalty flags because guys don't have time to stop and check themselves. So 4 bodies alive still for FAU. Temple loses a body off the break. And they still have 4 bodies alive, though, so under 10 seconds to play. Yeah, we're going to go to halftime here as the time now ticking off. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And that is going to do it here for the first half. Man, what an awesome first half, though. Definitely the most dramatic first half we've seen so far today, other than maybe that Fresno State Bulldogs-Connecticut Huskies game earlier this morning, which Fresno State ended up winning 10-7. But right now, man, it's going to be completely even heading into the second half. Todd, who would you give the advantage to? FAU, after disaster struck, Pano got 2 majors. They were able to fight it out and tie it up. Madrid played great. So, but Temple still could be feeling the wind at their backs after the end of that first half.
Yeah, well, it's tough to say because FAU is winning the games 5-on-5. But, I mean, Temple, they played well with the advantage, but you never know if FAU is going to come out and get 3 more penalties next half.
Well, let's check in with Amy Campbell. She has Coach Larson from Temple down on the sidelines.
That's right, Ben. Quite a battle we've had here. You guys start down, work your way back up. Now it's tied. What do you think has allowed you guys to get back in it?
Just hard play. We're playing with our hearts. We found a couple of things. We figured out what was working, what wasn't working. We made a couple of quick adjustments, and now we're grinding again. We've been productive so far today, so hopefully we can turn it and keep going.
Really communicating well. What do you think were some of the key adjustments to change your plan of attack?
Just recognizing what they were doing, how they were breaking out, and being able to adjust what we were doing from that and understand what lanes needed to get picked up.
And then finally, not everybody out here is wearing a wardrobe like yours. What can we look forward to for the rest of this weekend?
I got some surprises up my sleeve. Stay around.
All right, thanks so much. Best of luck, guys.
Telling you, pink gorilla suit. That's what I'm hedging my bet. I'm saying pink gorilla suit.
I'm going with a Medusa headgear with,
awesome.
With maybe like a, you know, a bunch of
tassels.
like a cheerleader
like a
bottom.
Shirt. Oh, cheerleader
you know,
bottom
like
with
like
Medusa
a short
top?
skirt, you know, with maybe some Jane Fonda leggings.
That's fly.
For tomorrow.
That sounds delicious. So about 3 minutes and 14 seconds to go before the start of the second half here. All tied up at 4 apiece. We'll be right back after this. Seconds before, 25 seconds before the start of this next point here in the second half. Let's check in with Amy Campbell on the sidelines.
Yeah, guys, in the FAU pit over here, they're not concerned even a little bit. They credited their first half mishaps to one-word penalties. They said it was stupid. We're not going to do that. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. We're not changing the game plan. It's 0-0 right now. They are feeling very confident, guys.
Thanks, Amy. Yeah, perfect way to look at it. It's exactly where their head should be. So here we go. Start of the second half, all tied up at 4 apiece. Going another 10 minutes on that clock. And it looks like a great breakout for Temple. They keep 5 alive. 4 bodies still for FAU. They still have a body in the box. And here comes Pando finally getting out from his second major. But they were able to make it to the 50-yard line snake. And here comes the battle about to go down, 50-yard line snake. Oh, Temple almost got a penalty on that one. If he had pulled the trigger, that would have been another red flag. This time on Isgro, but he didn't do it. So, but Isgro still got eaten up in there. So now FAU in the driver's seat over here on the snake side of the field. There's the close-up over the shoulder shot of him shooting cross field. And he's got a body he's trying to shoot at there in the center, and that is a really tough spot. You got to be careful. When the 50-yard line's hot, you really have to ride or die on that D side of the field with your gun, Todd.
Yeah, I mean, right now, the D side for Temple is very concerned about the player in the snake for FAU. He's asking actually for a check right now, and he's going to be clean. Unlucky break for Temple. Lucky break for FAU, still owning that 50 structure, but also with the pressure that Temple is putting on the Dorito side, has got both of the back players' guns for FAU concentrated on that Dorito side. You know, this is something that we see a lot from FAU. They get out to their spots, and then they cross it up a lot. You know, they want to sit there, you know, and they're a lot more of a methodical team than they are of an all-out attack team. You know, but getting up here in this 50, you know, they know that this is a great spot, but they also got to protect that guy. Give him some support. You know, don't just let Bielman over here in that snake corner just hang out and just wrap the wire and really control the snake side of the field from that back spot.
Yeah, well, you know, FAU playing slow in this snake right now, playing smart. Yeah, Ochner. So Ochner in here in the snake, he's trying to get a shot on the guys on your screen. Now look, they're all shading towards their side of the field. The reason why, the 50-yard line snake's hot on the opposite side of the field. Paintball game angles, really got to be careful of those cross-field shots now that, that Lochner has made it in. And now, did he finally get a shot? No, still just trying to shoot, you know, the tips of those backs that he's getting looked at. Look at this. I mean, they're completely on this side of the field. That's because there's no one in front of them. So the D side is blown for FAU. Their bodies are now over here on the snake side. So that allows the players for Temple on that side of the field to cheat that way. Again, the bunkers out there that you see, those colorful bunkers, all they really do, they just exist to put between you and paintballs. So if you don't have anybody in front of you, you do not need to play as tight on that bunker. All you can do exactly what these guys are doing, which is just switch their bodies towards that side of the field, and they're finally able to isolate another player from FAU out of that center. So now just 2 players left alive. It's Travis Madrid and Lochner in here in the snake for FAU. So you got to kind of give the advantage, actually, to Temple,
yes,
Todd.
Temple is now crossed onto FAU's side of the field. They are in the 40 Dorito on the yellow part of the field of FAU. So just Madrid here in the snake side corner and Lochner in the 50 snake.
Well, and Todd, man, how awesome of a job was it for those guys to play that tight? They played tight in there. They did exactly what they needed to do, and they were able to stay alive, even though that 50 snake was hot. So they definitely learned their lesson. And here comes the hammer, about to get dropped. Bielman makes a big move to take out the player. Lochner in the snake for FAU, and now moves are being made in the center, but he gets taken out for Temple. So Temple throws one body away. Did he just get shot by his own guy? He's got a shot on his back. I think
Travis Madrid is going to work right now. Bielman got his redemption, came up, but then another one of his teammates comes through and throws his body away on the snake side, and another one throws his body on the Dorito side. It went from a 4-on-2 to it is a 1-on-1 now.
Man.
It is Madrid versus Nick Frayne over there. He is now in that cake on the side of the A. Now he's going to jump across. A 4-on-2, man. You cannot throw away bodies like that.
Not in high body situations. 4-on-2, inexcusable though. But you gotta say, what a great job by Travis Madrid. So yes, Temple making a few mental errors there in those deaths, but a lot of that goes to how awesome Travis Madrid is playing out of the back corner bunker. This is exactly what we expected to see out of Travis Madrid though. He's been playing for FAU for a couple years, and every single time that we watch him out here, he's getting it done. So really clocking in for his team right now, but can he win this one-on-one to take his team ahead with a 1-point advantage? 5 minutes and 14 seconds to go.
Yeah, a very long point here, Maddie. You know, it's all tied up, so neither team really with the advantage. Whoever wins this point gonna definitely gain the momentum here going late in this match, because with 5 minutes left now, left in this game, whoever gets this point gonna be feeling pretty good and pretty confident, you know, about how this match is going, especially everything that happened in the first half.
This is a momentum solidifier right here. If you can step up and win this one-on-one, it gives a huge breath of fresh air to your team, and that way you know that you're heading back out in a low time situation, up 1 point. So Travis Madrid calm and collected here, and then you can see there Travis Madrid just playing it calm and collected. He could actually back up off that spot a little bit, but he doesn't want to give up any of that edge he has on the snake side and those angles. And then on the flip side, Nick Frayne, Nick Frayne doing the same thing. Also, see that flag dead center portion of your screen there hanging off that pole? That's the whole point, trying to get to that flag. So, you know, you don't even have to shoot the other guy. You got to get the flag and hang it and score that point. So that could play a factor as well.
Yeah, and Travis Madrid, you know, he's also got his coach right next to him too. You know, so he's got a little bit more of an advantage. Coach Dan over here on the sideline can just tell Travis, you know, where the body keeps moving. A little bit more difficult for Coach Albertini for Temple to communicate with his body, but you know, can't really go to sleep.
But Todd, a lot better, I wouldn't say a lot better, but better field position for Frayne because he has so many bunkers to work with over on that D side of the field in the center. The whole point of one-on-one is you want your opponent to lose you. You want to make a quick move so that he was not aware of that, so when he resets and comes back out, he thinks you're at the bunker you used to be at and you can drop a shot in on him. That's what you want to happen. That's best case scenario. It's tough though because you know you only have one variable to worry about. It's just the guy you're playing. So you're trying to constantly not lose the other player. Frayne has a lot more to work with. Time now ticking off the clock. 3 minutes and 9 seconds to go.
Yeah, another 2 minutes about to tick off here, and Travis Madrid getting a little frisky, trying to work that tall tempo. I mean, a good bunker for Travis Madrid to play. Not a whole lot of places for him to go, but a nice big bunker for him to play with his coach right next to him. And Frayne, you know, taking your advice, Maddie, moving around a little bit, trying to give himself a little bit of space, trying to make Travis Madrid lose him. But, you know, another thing comes into play is how much paint do both of these guys have left? How much air do both these guys have left? We saw an epic one-on-one. I believe it was between Akron and Ohio State last year where it really came down to, you know, Ohio State needed to get that point, and they were all over the place for a really long time like this, and when it came down to it, the Ohio State player had the drop on him but didn't have any air and got owned by the Akron player. So, you know, many different factors here come into play when it gets going down. Another minute ticks off this clock, only 2:12 left to go now as Frayne and Madrid are all locked up in this one-on-one, neither wanting to give the advantage. I wonder if both of them, I mean, at this point, I mean, with the time left and the way that this point has gone, sometimes, you know, I think both of these players might be thinking, well, we'll just let the whole clock run down.
That's what I was thinking too. The longer that this game goes down with 1 minute and 50 seconds to go, the closer we get to 0, the more conservative these players are going to play. Because if they get to that 0 mark and the end of regulation happens, well, we're going to reset and have a sudden death unlimited time overtime point. And now the gap is being closed by Frayne. So Nick Frayne trying to close the gap here, get a little bit closer to Travis Madrid, who's just been chilling in that back bunker. Again, not a lot for Travis Madrid to work with, and I don't see any paint on his back, Todd. Yeah, Travis Madrid, I think, is down to 0. So he does not have a lot of paint to gunfight with. And when you get down to that last loader, just what's left in the top of your gun and the plastic loader on the top, well, you got to start, you know, marking your shots. And can't tell if Frayne has any paint left, though. Yeah, I think Frayne has one more pod.
It does. It's not going to be very much, but now we're getting to the 1 minute mark.
Yeah, Frayne.
Both of these players, it would be wise for them just to tuck in and let the whole clock tick off because neither of these teams is going to be able to score a point in under a minute. And better off just going to sudden death overtime and, you know, letting this game play out.
Yeah, so Todd, again, you know, it's a sudden death, unlimited time, overtime point should this clock run out. And to be honest, I think that's what's going to happen because both these guys out of paint. Frayne had loaded his last pot a little bit ago. Frayne gives a little last head check just to make sure that Madrid hadn't lose. Madrid does the same thing. Such a tactical one-on-one here. You know, it's like watching a jiu-jitsu match. You know, you're watching MMA and you're watching guys that are on the ground and little small movements dictate everything. And that's what you're watching right here. Head checks, you know, a little quick snapshot here or there. As the time now getting very close to 0, just 10 seconds to go, and we're going to have a sudden death, our first sudden death overtime.
Yeah, they're making it exciting here in the afternoon on the first day. FAU, you know, known for some of these close matches, and that's going to do it. So, going to go into sudden death overtime here. Both teams going to reset 5-on-5, making it exciting. So, I mean, wow. That second half was 1 point.
Yeah, let's check out how we got here. So, you know, both these teams fighting for it as it was tied up at 4 apiece. You saw the run through there and by Temple. And then now FAU, getting run through. That was the same move, different angle. So, but it didn't matter. It came down to an epic one-on-one between Nick Frayne and Travis Madrid, and they played it to a draw. So we will head to an overtime point here. the score 4-4. You see the players on the edge of their seats in their pits going like, oh my God, this couldn't get any closer than it is. But this is the closest game we've seen all day, the lowest scoring game that we've seen all day by far. And a lot of good paintball played by both these teams. Yeah, there was a hiccup for FAU with a bunch of penalties. Pando is probably going to have to undergo some sort of hazing for his 2 majors that he got. But still, you know, very, very close match between these 2 teams here.
Yeah, and, you know, Madrid's going to get back out on the field. We'll see if Frayne goes back out on the field. But, I mean, that second half was that 1 point, you know.
Oh, man.
10-minute point.
You know, it's funny, you saw with complete flip side, Liberty Flames scoring 11. It was the first game of the day against East Carolina Pirates. They scored 11 points in 1 half, and then we just saw a 1-point 10-minute half.
Yeah, where nobody scored.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, I don't think, you know, ECU didn't score in the second half of their match either.
Yeah, so let's check in. How is what's going on in the pits, Amy? Is it tense down there? I'm guessing it's probably a little quiet, a little tense.
Oh, guys, I wish you were standing where I'm standing, right next to the FAU pit. On that last point, as soon as it became that one-on-one matchup, you could just feel the electricity, the excitement in the air, everyone excited to watch that chess match, very confident in their guy, Travis Madrid. They just decided they're going to sudden death. They wanted to wait it out, give him a little bit of a break, catch his breath, and go into the sudden death. So I'm sure it'll be pretty exciting to watch, guys.
Yeah, well, you know, FAU couldn't have asked for a better guy out there to play that one-on-one. He actually spent the entire time in that back bunker. But tactically, that's a smart move because, you know, when the bunker set is very important and crucial to think about. You know, it's a chessboard out there, man. And when you have a lot of big bunkers in front of you and a lot of options, which is what Nick Frayne had, and you saw him kind of bouncing around trying to get Travis Madrid to lose him. But Madrid never lost him. Madrid kept his eye on him the entire time. Frayne couldn't find a weakness. He couldn't find an opening. And another thing from where Madrid was is he had an open shot on that flag. So if he had moved up, you know, if he moves up into any of the snake bunkers, if he moves up into the bunker right in front of him, he would have had to get down on a knee or crouch. And when you're crouching in a one-on-one situation, it puts you in a disadvantage to a standing player. And every single bunker on that D side of the field is a stand-up bunker. It's a bunker you can play up on your feet.
Yeah, and there you see FAU getting it together. Who are they going to send out? Looks like Vogel, Ramsey, Madrid. Who else they got out there? Natiske.
They got Chris Lochner.
And Lochner. So we'll see who's coming out for Temple. Looks like it's going to be Frayne back out on the field. Who else is coming?
They got Drew Moyer. No, I'm sorry, Robbie Moore. They got Isgro.
Beelman.
So pretty much they got their crew. That's how you know. You know exactly the 5 best players that are on that team at any given time is when sudden death hits. When sudden death hits, the 5 guys that walk out on that field for the team, those are their studs. Those are their guys that they have the most confidence in at that particular moment. So here we go. Sudden death is about to go down. It's all tied up at 4 apiece between Temple and Florida Atlantic. And now on the breakout, who is going to win this breakout? Florida Atlantic loses a body. And also, it looks like Temple loses a body too. So it's 4-on-4 right now. First to get to the 50 snake is Isgro. But then immediately FAU gets to the snake too. It's Lochner. Lochner comes through, runs down Isgro, and now FAU is in the driver's seat. But if he's hit, and that looks like he got shot. So he just got shot cross field on that D side. No one on the snake side, I think, Todd, for either team, because I think Madrid got shot on the break trying to get out wide on the snake side. No, Madrid got in the 50 snake.
Yeah, Madrid made that move right in all the chaos over here on the snake side and dives into the 50 snake. 3 bodies left alive still for FAU. They lost one on the break. They lost one on that big move. They have the snake side Temple, the 50 snake, and the Dorito side corner. Temple loses another body, looks like out of that Dorito side corner, and then they lose that inset Dorito. And I think that's going to be the last body for Temple. So Temple, wow,
Travis Madrid gives a little fist pump to himself. You could tell he got up and had that little slow baby fist pump on his chest because he knows that he just clocked in. and helped his team win this match, a close-fought match against Temple Owls. So, my God, it couldn't have got closer than this.
Yeah, and what a move right there by Lochner, coming in, guns up, bunkers out the 50. Temple got in there first, and then Lochner came up, cleaned him out, and then shot the body, shot Isgro across the field. So, way to break that game open right there. Mad respect to FAU and Lochner coming in and getting that big win in overtime.
Yeah, and here it is. Here it is, Todd, on the replay. Look at that awesome rundown by Lochner. And he was able to get that shot, and then Madrid was able to get in off of that move, get into the 50 snake. That was a clutch performance, both those guys, Lochner and Madrid. And that's the way that you win an overtime point right there. So hats off to the boys from Florida Atlantic Owls who take that closely fought match against the Temple Owls. Wow, what a game, man. No, don't forget, next up, coming at you, Cal State Long Beach 49ers, going to be taking on the UConn Huskies. Those are two teams that have won championships before. And then West Point Black Knights going to be taking on Central Florida Knights for the last game of Friday's competition here at the National Collegiate Paintball Championships. Man, if we could get every game to be like that, oh man, I'd be so happy.
Yeah, that'd be nice. You know, very exciting action over here. Super tense on both sides. And, you know, hard fought matchup right there. You know, both these guys left it all out on the field. But FAU coming out victorious, you know, and, you know, big players, you know, make big moves on big days, you know, and today was Lochner's day.
Well, let's check in with Amy. It looks like she has the star from FAU, Travis Madrid, on the sidelines.
I'm here with the man of the hour, Travis Madrid. Very exciting matchup. First, we have to start with that one-on-one matchup that you were in for a very long time. Take me through that. What was going through your head that whole time?
I don't know. There was more than the one guy by himself. And once I pinched out the other guys, I started looking at my load, and I didn't have any paint. I could tell for the way he was moving backwards, and he was looking for paint too. So we were both down on paint. So I think we both played the smart move and not risking our bodies. And with such little time, how long that point was so long. If any one of us would have lost, that would have been game for the other team. So.
And of course, you had your team there communicating, telling you everything the whole way. How much of a factor was that for you?
It's good because we have little inside things, you know, talk to me like saying, I mean, little things that we got in between each other, like, you know, you got it, T-Buddy, this and that. So it helps having them support me whenever I go. And
then finishing with the victory, how exciting is this now moving forward?
Very exciting. We needed that big time because we came out pretty slow in the first game, didn't do too well. I'm sorry. And then the next two games we did good. Shout out to Chris Lochner, that snake. He did work in that snake.
And the birthday guy, they're singing over there.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Joe.
All right, go sing happy birthday. Congratulations. Back to you guys.
So a triumphant Florida Atlantic Owls win that close one against Temple. We'll be right back with the Cal State Long Beach 49ers and the UConn Huskies. Stick around.